What is good, guys? It is Reed and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over a very versatile, very useful force and control that you can use every day in your card magic. This is a super clean force, something that feels super fair from a spectator's perspective, and I'm very excited to share it with you. So if you guys want to see some more tutorials and you like this content, all I ask is that you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications if you're extra special, and also if you would like to check out some private lessons, you can at the link below. I'm having a sale right now where you can save up to $50 on your private lessons, so if you're interested, please check those at the link below. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump right into this force. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so let me show you quickly what this force sort of looks like. So we can go through the card, spectator can stop us here. They can just touch whatever card they like. So let's say they touch this one right here. Now I want to be very transparent. I'm going to very fairly place that card on top of the deck so that you can see there's nothing funny going on, nothing like that. I'm going to show you that card. You can see exactly what card it is, fair as can be, and then we can return it and have it shuffled into the deck. But of course, I know exactly what card it is. It was the Jack of Hearts because it was a force. So guys, this is a very cool little force, very fair, it's very free. Spectator really just reaches in, touches a card, and it is forced. It's a very cool force that uses a cull and an out jog, but if you're afraid of the cull, don't worry, because it is a very easy application. You're not culling multiple cards, and it's very, well hidden. So step one is to set up your force card. Now there's a couple of different ways to do it. You can either have it on the bottom of the deck, or you can have it, I like to do fourth from top or something like that. So I'd say fourth from top is a bit easier, but the bottom works as well. Bottom's just easier to set up in. But if you want it fourth from top, you just control it to the top and shuffle 3 on top of it. And if you do it from the bottom, as you begin the spread, you're just gonna pull it into a cull position like that. From the top, it can be quite invisible, just like that. Now when you're in that position, as you start to spread, you're just going to call that fourth card underneath the spread like that. And now you invite them to touch any card they want. You can even invite them to pull it out halfway, right? You can just say, here, pull out any card halfway. So whatever card they pull out, you're going to up jog. Now there's an easier version and a harder version of this. So I'm going to go through both of them. We'll start with the more difficult version, right? Because this is the version that I prefer to do. What you're going to do now is you're going to place your thumb on this card, right, on their selected card, and you're going to use your fingers to push the Jack of Hearts underneath it, okay? And I would say aim to get it about in line or further, right? You don't necessarily want it like this, because then when you move it looks a little strange. It's not a huge deal, but if it's pushed further than that card, it looks much more normal, right? So again, you touch this card and you're just pushing the Jack of Hearts just casually. Now you might ask yourself, well, you're gonna see, if you look back here, the Jack of Hearts kind of come in underneath, but again, their attention's focused there. Their card is this one. It's not whatever's happening underneath, so it's not something that matters to them. And again, if you do it very quick and you combine it, but with separating the hands, it becomes very hidden, right? Like I just added that card there and you could barely see it, right? So if the card's under here, I'm gonna push it and separate the hand. So again, the Jack of Hearts is here, and I'm just gonna push it and separate the hands, and that was completely invisible that it is now loaded there. If you wanna even make it more invisible, as you push, you can kill the wrist slightly, right? So I just come to eye level, and that hides that completely. The thing you gotta be careful with that is not coming too high to flash the card. So I prefer to just keep it face down, and I just push the card underneath, and as I do it, it's very hidden, so you can only see a little bit of it, but it's very hidden, and then I instantly separate the hands and it looks very good. So at speed, I go through with the card in cull, they touch any one, and I just say, perfect, you could have had any card, and in that, I have loaded the Jack into position. Now I'm gonna complete the cut, leaving their card on top, and I'm gonna square it on top. Now, all you need to do is a double lift, and you forced a card. Right? It's very, very easy. The nice thing about it, and one way you could have thought about doing this, is just have them take out any card, have your force card on top, and then you just have them put the card on top of the deck and then reveal it. But again, that's why are we putting the card on top of the deck? Why would they take it just to look at it, right? There's a lot of justification that's needed for that. That's not necessary. If you place the card under their card without them knowing, it seems even more impossible, because even if somehow you are showing them a double, how did you force the card to that position, right? It's very, very fooling in that way. Now the other thing, depends on your use. If it's fine where everyone sees the card, and you want to just do a simple double lift, okay. But I would highly recommend doing sort of a fingertip double, where you're just holding it like this. You turn your head away, you just lift it and show them. So what you're doing there, you could get a pinky count and get a break, but personally I'm just going to bevel the deck slightly and just hit a strike double lift. If you need a tutorial on that, I will link one over here. But you're just kicking the deck over with your thumb, applying a downward pressure and slightly beveling the deck up, and then you're just riffling along until you get 2 cards, right? You're riffling along until you get 2 cards. Once you get very good at it, you can just touch and get 2 cards every time because you just have the feel built up for it. So I just touch, lift when I have 2 cards. So I'm putting 1 finger on this edge, the middle finger on the bottom, and then the thumb on the back. And that's gonna pinch all 2 corners, right? Which is gonna keep that card square, and I kind of bend it a little bit to really help it stay square, and I look away while I show that. And that's a really great subtlety because you just pinch and you show like this, and it really, you know, just looks like you come here and you pick up that card and you're just showing them, and it's just 1 card. And that's kind of how you would show them. And it's great too if you don't want to know the card for this effect, right? Because you turn your head, you look away, and you just come and you grab it and you say, all right, remember that card, and then you take it and you can lose it in the middle of the deck, or you hand the deck out and have them shuffle it right away. So the easier version of this, same idea. You have the force card, let's say 4th from the top, you go through, execute the call, you're going through, they touch a card, and now you're just going to feed that card underneath, but this time you're going to just square everything, so you don't have to kick it over. Now you're going to say, actually, you know what, let me be even more transparent. I want you to see your card on top of the deck so you know I can't do anything funny to it, right? And now it's the exact same thing. I call that card, I have a card up jogged, and then I just lift a little bit to make sure you can kind of clear the card next to it, right? So that's one little tip if you're struggling. Because this card you don't want to put it under the wrong card. You can just kind of bend a little bit. That's exaggerated, but if you just bend a little bit, you can make sure that card clears and goes underneath. And now instead of having to kick it over, you can just square everything and say, hey, you know what? Actually, let me be even more transparent. I'm going to leave that card on top so you can see. Now, if you needed to, you could say something while you get a quick pinky count for your break and you show it like that. Whereas again, for me, I would just come and hold it like that, fingertip double. So in terms of some subtleties on this move, I think what's really important, and if you really want to sell this to the best of your abilities, is to do the more difficult method. 1, the spreading of the cards and leaving the cards spread and not closing them makes it very, very impossible to backtrack, right? The card is lifted and you literally just move it straight to the top of the deck. And in that, I've loaded the card so that when I hold up this double, it's the force card, right? It's just truly so fair feeling when they can touch any card. You just up jog it, move it to the top, and again, I have just loaded the force card right underneath where I need it to be, and then I show it. And again, showing it with a fingertip double is another amazing subtlety that just makes it feel like it's at your fingertips, it's not a double. And again, would I really like turn my head and go like this and flip it over? Maybe, you could get away with that, but this just feels a little bit better in my opinion. And again, just to reiterate, when you go through and you up jog, I'm literally just making sure I always do this. It's a great tip. I just kind of bend the cards a little bit, and if it snaps, then I know I'm in position. Now, I'm at a point where it doesn't usually snap because I know how far over I can go to get that card underneath, right? Because you don't want it here and then you're shoving it in the wrong spot. So that's why you need to do this. So I just check, right? As I'm in this position, I just bend slightly, and I didn't hear anything, but so that means I know I'm in a good position. I know this card is not tucked under the call card. And that's just a good check just before you're about to push it, right? So if you look from underneath, I come here, it's up jogged, and then I just go like that. Now I know I'm in position, and I kick it as I separate, right? The goal is ultimately to kick that card underneath this thumb so it makes contact. So when I pull away, it stays behind, right? So I push and separate. Quickly on some other ideas, I kind of want to mention what I think hopefully many of you have come to realize right now is that this can also be used as a wonderful control. So you're going to spread, call your force card, up jog their selection, place the force card as you split your hands and move it on top, come in, get your double, show it with your head turned, place it back on top of the deck. Now, because you know it, you could have them do a genuine shuffle and just come back and call the card later. or again, it fully depends on the routine, or you could go into a control, and you could do this easily with your head turned still, which is a great subtlety. But you just say, watch, we'll take that card, we'll lose it somewhere in the middle of the deck. Obviously, because it's a double, the card is retained on top, and now you have not only a force, but full control of that force card to do whatever it is that you need to do. Maybe you palm it off, hand them the deck to shuffle, put it in their pocket, and then you do a thought of card to pocket or something, right? So lots of great options there. All right, guys, that is it for me on this control. I hope you love this control. It was something I was playing around with recently, and it just kind of came to me when I was messing with the cull and stuff, and so I really like it. I think it's really effective, and I really like the touches I've added to it. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be using this force personally a lot more in my repertoire. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know what you think and if you plan on using it. As always, guys, if you would like to check out some private lessons, you can at the link below, and you can also check out some merch at the link below as well. As always, guys, if you would like more of these tutorials and you like it and you want to support me, you can just hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll be good to go. So I want to thank all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. And with all that said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.